Hello and welcome. Today we're talking about summer marketing. So I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen. It's getting fun outside, and I know it kills us to be in our offices or in our shops, but there's so much fun outside that we can also bring some of that fun inside and we can make the shop more fun. Some of the opportunities, we have graduation that has just happened. So we can do shout outs for graduates. We can also do promos for graduates. We can also do promos for report cards. For instance, there's a local bank near me that does $5 into a savings account for every A that someone has on their report card. And so this is just for new accounts only that they offer something like that. So you could, if you have someone that comes in with straight A's and they would get a free oil change if they come in with a report card of straight A's, then you're going to have some people excited about this. This is your opportunity to do good in the community and to support the things that you think should be supported. You could give away a free oil change or some sort of service for someone that has straight A's. If you have a college graduate, then by all means, give them a free oil change. And so as you come over here, you also see trade school graduates. And I like to be specific on that because you will get great following if you support trade schools. And so if you talk about, hey, what trade school did you graduate from? Give us a shout out and represent your school, that kind of fun stuff. And if they do have trades that are applicable to you, this is an opportunity for you to network. So you can give free oil changes for trade school graduates. Obviously, you can just do a post specifically for that, or some other service or some discount for something like that. But we like to support the trade school graduates. So I would highly recommend offering discounts or even, like I say, if you do free oil changes for graduates, straight A students, trade school graduates, that's a really cool opportunity for you to pick up some very loyal customers, especially with trade school graduates. If you hook them up, they are a very loyal crowd. And that is actually an opportunity for you to bring in employees. This is Modern Auto right here. They do uh, a program to where once a year they have local schools that come in. And so they had about 56 students this last year, from what I recall. They came in, they had a technician that was teaching them how to do different things. And here's just a young lady with her gloves on, turning a wrench on an engine. And so they teach them different stuff. They have goodie bags and things for them, but you can offer mentorship days, be a mechanic for a day. The J&G Transmissions has been very successful with this one, with the shadow of mechanic for a day, just so they can see a day in the life of a mechanic and how it goes. They can have conversations with the mechanic, see what he likes, what he doesn't like, or he or she, obviously. If you are talking to a local trade school, this is a great opportunity for you to pick up some talent. You can do these mechanic for a day programs with schools. You can just do them as a social media post or blast. That is an appropriate thing to blast and put money behind because it is a great way to hire. We've had a number of different clients that have hired out of this program. Summer help to clean up the shop. A few things, if you look around your shop and see some things that need to be done, if you have a metal building that needs to be painted, if you have sweeping that needs to be done, if you have weeding around your shop that needs to be done, things like that, do some social posting for summer help or do some shout outs for summer help and get some of those individuals in there. And once again, I have had clients that have hired full-time help off of summer help. So it gives you a good opportunity to kind of get to know each other, see how each other work. And the community loves mentorship. They love it when you're reaching out to the community to help people to develop their community, their skills. And when you're hiring, especially if you're working with youth like this, the community absolutely loves this. You can do uh, Ladies' Day for maintenance. That's been very successful. And just so you know, when I say very successful, you're talking 5 ladies that come to that. And these are, you'll want to start with a core group. I didn't mention that obviously in this, but invite a core group, whether it be some sort of a group that your wife is involved with or that you're involved with, and you invite 5 ladies from that. It can be a young women's program with the community, with the church, with the school, but you invite that core, and then they'll be more comfortable when others come. We've had shops do this for a battered women's shelter and just taught them how to take care of their vehicles and how what to look for in a vehicle. That worked out very well. And so you can do them for young men, for young women. Just go ahead and choose your demographic that you want to help. But it's a lot of fun to do that in the summertime, especially. I know that we're busier in the summertime. That's usually a fall or spring thing, but these are opportunities. Kids are out of school, and so you can bring them in for part-time help or mechanic for a day help, that kind of fun stuff. AC repair ads. This is another big one that we're pushing right now. And so almost all of you run a supercharger IO, your supercharger irresistible offer. This is typically an oil change or something to that effect. You can also run those for air conditioning repairs and then just turn them off in the fall and spring and winter, obviously. But you're purchasing Google remnants. They're not people that are searching for AC repair, but this coming up in their feed on Gmail and different things like that for just advertising your shop and AC repairs. Right here, you see that it can be AC financing. As you know, air conditioning can be expensive to repair, so you'll see this a lot with contractors, and it also works with automotive. If you're talking about fixing your AC, that is something that will catch someone's attention, is if you offer AC repair financing. If you have a financing company that offers a 0% financing, if they do that, if finance 0% financing for a year or for 6 months or something like that. If Synchrony or someone like that is offering that, then you can offer that to your clients. Free AC performance check with any service, and you can show a value there. So if your typical AC performance check, if you're checking pressures and things like that, you can say that's a $50 value just with any service. So sometimes they'll buy an oil change or something like that just to get that for free. And so that is a good way to do it. And then a $25 off an AC service. And then you can also put a dollar amount on it. If you say we have, a $150 AC service, just depending on your market. I don't know if that's a good deal in your market or not. We can talk that through, but $25 off an AC service is very standard across the country. If you do an AC service or a summer ready service or something like that, to where you will top off the charge and different things like that for, like I say, $100 or something like that. That's a good way to get people in. Just so you know, the supercharger IO, the AC works really well, and a brake repair also works very well with that supercharger IO. So if you're like, I'm getting tired of running the discount oil change, and that should not go away. I know people get tired of it, but that is something that has worked for years and years and years and will continue to work for years and years and years. But if you want to add to it, change it up a little bit and do an AC ad or a brake repair ad. Those are both what I call gravy ads that make you money, and it does change it up a little bit. You can offer a road trip prep, a $0 pre-road trip inspection, and you can say that this is maybe an $80 value or something to that effect, but they're bringing it in for a free inspection. And you can also offer a pre-road trip package to where you'll rotate the tires, top off all their fluids, change the oil, whatever it may be. And so you can offer that package as well. That one's very successful, but this $0 one works well also. We have clients that this is their mailer right now, is the $0 pre-road trip inspection. And you can also offer a tire rotation special. If you typically charge $19.99 for a tire rotation special, you can do a 50% off tire rotation, so it's $10 or something to that effect. You can run that for a month and see how that does. But this gives you an opportunity to kind of change it up and to see what's going to hit in your market. Customer appreciation. So we had a number of clients that gave out free donuts for National Donut Day. Harrell Automotive, if you're up in Erie, PA, then they were giving away free donuts just for coming in on National Donut Day. It's a really cheap way to appreciate your customers. And so they do that every year. And so some of these can be traditions in your shop. Grilling Fridays is another thing to where if you grill fajitas on a Friday or hot dogs or whatever it may be, you don't have to do it all day, but just for lunch. You can do that, and customers, it's a cool bonus for them. It's also fun in social media if you do a shout out and say, "Hey, come on in and get fajitas," and you actually talk about who's cooking them. That's fun. If it's EBA and you say, "Hey, Cisco's cooking fajitas today," and maybe he talks about a family recipe or something to that effect. But if you personalize it, you get even more play off of it. Um, and then you can also do dog treat or dog days of August or something like that, to where if they bring in their dog will get a dog treat or something to that effect. So you can have a lot of fun with the customer appreciation, just giving them something for coming in. One of our clients gives everyone that comes in something to go. It's basically a treat for the road, and they've found that to be successful. You can also do an air freshener to where they get to choose between a couple different air fresheners that have your company logo on them. It can be a custom design. They're about $2 each. If you want to order those, you have to order a minimum of 250 of them to get that price. But that is something that you can also look at. And event sponsorship. Everyone on this call knows that I'm big on event sponsorship. We sponsor the special needs rodeo that is happening at the end of this month. Now, this is Primary Care Auto in Warwick, Rhode Island. They sponsor a middle school basketball team, and they actually had a Jeffrey Roy Day, and so they all signed a basketball and thanked Jeffrey for his sponsorship. And so people are very grateful. The smaller of an organization that you sponsor, the more grateful that they are. If you're sponsoring a community rodeo, awesome. If it's a city rodeo, it's probably not going to be as great an ROI for you, and they probably aren't going to appreciate it as much. I like to sponsor local events. Like I said, do that. Local youth groups we sponsor. There is clean up weeds and different things like that we sponsor around town just for the smaller organizations, and we seem to get more play, more bang for our buck out of that. And in general, you're not going to get a lot of people calling in off of your event sponsorship, but that if you're looking for brand recognition, in my opinion, this is a great place to get brand recognition. You can also do the event contests, and we will be doing that for the local rodeo. As you all know, I'm huge on events. It builds your social media, it builds your momentum. That is a great way to build your social media. We have a client that was doing that yesterday, and from when we started with them, it's been 4 years ago. They had just over 80 likes for their page, and when I went in there yesterday to start their new event, they have 1.9 thousand, so 1,900 followers, and it is all based off of events, and that is 100% how they grew that, or how we helped them grow that. So I'm big on that. Give back to the community. Your community gives to you all the time, and sometimes it's cool to even show what the customers are investing in, and just say, "Hey, thank you so much for helping us invest. We were able to invest in the Special Olympics this year. Thank you. That would not have been possible without you." And so sometimes you give props back to your customers for helping you to be able to accomplish that. And just so you know, this is one of the reasons why we run this business. So you're looking for some of the reasons that you run your business. And so around town, event sponsorships. So, hey, thank you. And we'll go ahead and close with that.